Hey, welcome back to another episode of Turok the Dinosaur Hunter. We're gonna get started with level 4 in this one. Level 4 is pretty much the same as everything else we've seen so far in the game. Let me demonstrate this plasma rifle, but before you run off, you want to actually go behind the checkpoint in this one because we're going to get our first key for the final level. It'd help if I'd stop shooting the floor, but we're going to get our first key for the final level by going this way. It should be over here, yeah. Swap to just regular assault rifle because I'm not going to be able to see these guys so much, but like, you know, there's going to be, if it's what I'm thinking it is, there's going to be places for me to snipe, or I'm going to have to jump where a bunch of people are, so, you know, this is probably the best option to use. Making it intentionally, actually, no, I don't think this is that level, or at least this is not to get to that level. It might be to that part. I can't remember. No, yeah, this is right. I was thinking of another spot later in this level, but they're both a part of this level. There's a guy up there, isn't there? Okay. One of the things about this game is even if you can see the enemy, it doesn't mean that you can necessarily hit them because of like the angle of like the jump and everything, but having the fog and the shortened draw distance makes it, as you can see, a little more challenging than like being able to shoot a guy from across the arena. Let's see if I can get these without dying. Okay. Let's jump back over that way. I think I just felt like this would be that would have been the safer place. I think this way is just for ammo and stuff, but we might as well just take a look. See what's going on over here. I think there's a campaigner soldier at the end of this way, isn't there? Just an energy cell. Oh, there he is. I think is there ultra health over here, or am I just like crazy? Maybe I'm just crazy, or oh yeah. Is this ooh god, is this ultra health or is this just like full health? So I couldn't even do anything with it, but we're gonna jump back over here and try not to die. Very easy to do here with the bottomless pits. Like that. Turok lost his footing. Nothing I could really do at that point. It was just, you know, inevitability of watching it happen. So, yeah, but, you know, like I said, this level's pretty much, is that backpack still up here? This level's pretty much of the same of what we've already been doing. Next level is going to be, like, pretty different, and then it's going to start being more of a change, because it's still like we're running around in the jungle, you know, and there's a campaigner soldier here. I'm just gonna grab this and go. This is the first level 8 key. I think this is the first one you can actually get access to. There's some dudes up here. They're very ready to shoot you with the blow dart, so you know, just take it a little easy. But the next level, I might not have too much of a problem running through it. We'll see. I certainly didn't have a problem the last couple times I went through it, but it's definitely confusing if you've never played the game before. Get that life back. We're going to come over here. And look at all the beautiful statues that are on display. But we're just gonna run around and grab some ammo, like, before we step on the switch. Open that place over there with it. Alright. Oh, everything came to life. Who could have predicted this? Maybe Sabrina from Pokemon Red? But of course, she also predicted that she would win instead of lose, but, you know. So, I'm just saying her psychic abilities, her second sight is not that reliable. Was that everybody? I guess so. And then it takes us over here. We gotta run through a little corridor. There's some beetles over here. You know, just use the knife against the beetles because it's the most effective, because all the other weapons, as far as I know, take multiple hits. And there's gonna be like this guy here who's just gonna keep like trying to shoot us with some magic powers, and so you just don't want to get hit by that, obviously. I got the knife out because I was in the water. It automatically switches to the knife when you're in the water. Is this gonna be? This isn't gonna be enough to get us to the next level, is it? Or the next life? I think maybe. It might be a few short. No, I mean, this should unlock infinite cheats, right? Oh yeah, no, it's not if you get 9, it's if you get 9 and max it out. But, I mean, that's not going to be a problem. And then we got another wizard of the coast over here. Oh, well, there goes that. Oh, I swapped. I thought I swapped to explosive shells. Little did that guy know that explosive shell shotgun is like, you know, superior to blowgun. The blow dart gun. They're trying it though. Of course, you actually have to hit them in order to, like, you know, succeed with it. So that's one of the keys. I think one of the keys in this level is replaced with the level 8 key. Yeah. That over there is the exit. Like, obviously we don't want to go there yet because we don't have everything. Watch out for that guy. I'm gonna run over here. Be careful because there are cliffs and stuff. You want to jump over here. And that, well, there'll be a campaigner soldier right here, isn't there? Yeah. Take that guy out. I think there's a Perlin up here. But I'm just coming up here to get some more minigun ammo. It sounds like there's a portal. Yeah, it was right there, but, you know, Perlin first. But if we climb on top of this little building here, we'll run into, like, the minigun. And that, I don't know if that'll give us all of our ammo back. No, it gave us a decent amount, though. So, better than nothing. Alright. I almost asked the question where the Chronoceptor piece was, but no, I remembered where it was just as I was about to ask it. This level is actually really short if you just go and do what you need to do. Like a lot of levels in this game, if you just go and do what you need to do, it's pretty short. And, you know, it might be worth the benefit of just going and doing what you need to do because of the fact that, like, you know, the risk of health expenditure. Oh man, and like ammo and stuff. But this is where we can get a glimpse of like where the chronoceptor is, but like you're not going to get it from right here. So we're going to come back over here and we're going to jump up this place. Hit switch. Take a right. Once we get to a point where we can take a right. Yeah, Perlin. The Perlins make a return. And Troller was acting up there for a second. Perlins make a return in Turok 2, but they're kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie. Compared to like the Perlins in Turok 1, they're very lame. Because they're these big, imposing monsters in this game, and like if you look at them in part 2, they're just like almost like a reskin of other enemies. They're not that cool. At least in my opinion, they're not that cool. But then I think a lot of things in Turok 2 is kind of a downgrade. Like I said, I think in episode 1, I'm of the opinion, which is kind of weird that it's an unpopular opinion, but I'm of the opinion that Turok 1 is better than Turok 2. Right. There's a lot of leapers and beetles and stuff in this cave. But we're not going to really deal with those guys if we can help it. We're going to just keep on going. Only really, deal with them if we need to. We should run into a Perlin soon. Here we go. Get out of here, dude. Alright. There's a campaigner or two running around here. Or will be in a second. There he is. Oh no, it's not him. There it is. But yeah, so we're gonna come over here because we're coming to get a key. This is where the last key is. There's gonna be a couple campaigner guys that'll pop up. And you want to be careful because those sandbags will knock you out into the, will knock you into that death pit. There are some stuff around here, but it's not worth it. I don't think it's worth it, in my opinion. We're just going to run back over here and run back out of the cave. Essentially, just go back where we came from. Avoid everything. Try not to get hit. Kill stuff if they get in the way. Just that stuff. Let's see. Grab that health. Oh yeah, enemies can fight each other in this game, by the way. It's not as easy to get them to fight each other as it is in Turok 2, but they will fight each other. But we're done with this area. We just got to get the chronoceptor piece. Either, and then I'll make a assessment about video length, and if I think that it's gonna be too short, which maybe not. I mean, if I might be getting close to around where I would need to be, but so far the videos have been under what I would normally do, but that's okay. It just means it'll be a little bit of a short series. Nothing really wrong with that. I mean, Turok is not really that long of a game. Getting closer to the last level, it'll start picking up a little bit more, but it suffers from, and I don't mean suffer in a bad way. I just mean there's a lot of areas to run around that look a lot alike, or, you know, areas to run around to get ammo and stuff, and you're just like burning resources when you don't really have to. So it's kind of a lot like that in this game. Alright, we go over here and get these box of grenades. So we've been collecting the grenades, you know, every enemy's been dropping them. We just got a box of grenades. It's like, well, we can't even use grenades. And that's because we need a grenade launcher. And I don't know if you can find one sooner, but you can actually come up here. I'm going to pop a quick save. If you jump over here to this Triforce piece, you'll see these like magical see-through platforms. If you follow these, it will take you to a grenade launcher. The grenade launcher to me is only somewhat useful. I mean, it's decent, but like it's very easy to kill yourself with it if you're not careful. It's not like the grenade launcher in, like, if you've ever played GoldenEye, where you actually will fire a grenade straight out and it, you know, will explode on impact, so you can kind of like snipe people from across the map. It's not like that. I don't know if you can walk. I guess you can walk, but like I don't know. There's something about it that kind of freaks me out. So I'll just walk, and if I fall, that sucks, but I might cut that out. You know, getting back to this point, but I don't think it... I think it just makes it look like you have to jump, but like I think it's fine. But so this one just lobs grenades like that. And it doesn't explode on contact. Well, it explodes on contact with enemies, but it doesn't explode on contact just from, like, you know, it hitting the ground. So we're going to come over here, and there's going to be these, like, multiple pathways. I think it's one of these over here. I always forget, but this one, yeah. This is where we're going to get our Chronoceptor piece. But you need to be careful because you can leave and not get it, because it's like, not like you just, it's not like it's easy to miss, but at the same time, like if you're not really paying attention or something, you like, oh, what's this way? You can like literally leave and then have to come back through. I mean, all the guys will be like taken care of, but like, you know, it kind of sucks you have to come back through. And this is where we're gonna see this aesthetic pretty much for the entirety of the next stage. Saw a little bit of it, and oh, I'm not doing well health-wise, am I? We saw a little bit of it. Sorry, I bumped the table. I got a different. I'm using a table instead of the desk that I had. For space reasons, and I can't really hook up the boom arm like I had it, so I have the microphone on the table. I'm planning on going and getting one that has like a built-in like shock absorber, because I've been using the same mic since day one, and since it's been a year, I've been doing it for a year. I feel like I should probably, you know, update or upgrade my mic. You know, just so that I can, because I've been doing it long enough that I'm pretty much going to keep at it at this point, you know? So I might as well get like a slightly better mic. One that has like shock absorber in it, so that I don't necessarily need the boom arm. So we're going to jump over here. You see these like leapers they look more like stone. They're going to come to life the second we get on here, and, you know, they do a lot of damage. I'll probably die because, like, it would have been nice to get the Chronoceptor piece before, but, like, it was basically going to happen because I had, like, one hit left. But those guys take like 1,000,000,000 hits, so I'm not really interested in actually fighting them so much as I'm just gonna like try and get the piece and go. You know what I mean? So back in the portal, Beetle is trying to get me. But yeah, they should be inactive again, and only be activated once I jump on the thing. Yeah, so take 2, just, you know, try not to get hit. Alright, and then we just get out of here. I usually don't just jump because, like, Turok doesn't take fall damage, luckily, in this game. I don't remember if 2 or 3 makes you do it. Then we're just going to come over here and, like, run the circuit. And, you know. Like I explained in one of the earlier episodes, if you just hold the jump button, he just ascends. We want to, like, you know, line ourselves up with that platform and totally miss it, like, you know, we're wanting to do. Oh, I found a secret area. Look at that. I didn't even know that this was here, so I was just getting prepared to... Oh. I was just getting prepared to take on that beetle. I know where a couple of secret areas are. I think I've overlooked a few already, but, like, I know where one is in the next level, and it's like... Let's see, was it this one? Yeah, this one, and then... Oh, and then this one. But I know where a few of them are in the next level, or one of them is in the next level, and, like, it's a spot that literally looks like if you didn't know there was a secret area there, it would be like there would be no reason to try to go there. And now we just have to, like, do this, like, platforming, because these are all different. I don't know if I'm going the right way, but these are all different heights. And so we just got to go the correct way. I think it's right over here. Yeah, and then we want to get over here so that we can go across this wall. And that will lead us, you know, to this spot. And I'm going to grab that health. And that should be it for this level, right? Yeah, so once we get out of here, like, I'll call the level, or call the episode. Watch out for the dragonflies. They're obnoxious, and they're going to be very obnoxious later. When we get to level 7, I'll show you how bad they'll get, but I'm going to call it for this episode. I appreciate you watching. If you made it to this point in the video, I really, really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.